Oh my God. Hey, hey. I remember this lady, this old lady. What's her name? Miss Tay. Shout out to Miss Tay. Miss Tay used to say, hey, hey. Yeah. Child, just like Miss Taylor would say, hey, 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 stars, mm, yeah. So, yeah, ooh, child, hold on, y'all. I said, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Ow, dang. Come and talk to me. Oh, baby. Yes, I said, y'all give me a minute. In a minute, y'all can come and talk to me. So shout out to that. Child, heads up, heads up, heads up. It ain't much going on these internet streets. Child, it ain't that much going on these internet streets. It's Wednesday, and guess what? Baby, it feels like a Thursday. It do. Ugh, that's so weak. That's so weak and so whack. It feels like a Thursday. And it sure does. It feels like a Thursday, y'all, because y'all know on Thursdays, the news be slow. Baby, the news be slow on Thursday, okay? And that's what it feels like today. But you know, I ain't never mad at it. I ain't never mad at it. Nope, I'm old school. I'm old school. I'm from the from the era of scratch your, scratch your, you know what, and get glad. So shout out to that. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me give me some food. Give me a little something to eat on. While y'all come and talk to me. Shout out to that. Child, what is going on these internet streets and where is do not? I'm trying to figure out what do not. I ain't seen do not. But I ain't seen really nobody, y'all. Like, oh, this is crazy. It be a little scary, right? I don't know. I can't explain it. It's hard to explain. But like, nah, God is good. God is good all the time. He's the greatest. So, when he in control, you just let him do his thing. I say you just really like learn him. Let him do his thing, child. And know that he got you. Period. He got you. He got all of it. So anyway. What's going on these internet streets? I'm a little disappointed. But it's all good. We're gonna make the best of things. So shout out to that. Now, the truth is, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here with y'all today. I really don't. I don't. Child, because I didn't best the ride. It was up all night, up all day. See, I was up all night. Child, before I knew it, the sun came up. The sun said up. I said up. The sun said up. I said up. I was a mess. But anyway, it is what it is. I said, it is what it is. We doing this thing. We doing it anyway. Just shout out to that. Oh, well, my eyes, child. They feel like they got this hot sauce in them. Mm-hmm. Shout out to you, girl. Mm. I just been pumping them bills out. Them healthy bills out. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's your girl Shay Renee, and I want to welcome everybody back to my channel, back to a new show, and back to a new episode. We should be like, oh Lord. Mm-hmm. There's one thing about it. I'm gonna eat a leftover. I love a leftover, but I want to be a leftover. Let's just shut after that. And guess what? My affirmations are real. I'm on my. I'm the one. I ain't nobody fucking. I mean up. I mean up. I mean up. This is that bad. I mean up. I mean up. Y'all screw up. Pull in. Gather around. I think it's a high button. I don't look like these is the time, but I can't dress him hungry. Mm-hmm. Ain't no gotta do that. Listen, I have not, ever since, like, things have, like, ever since it's getting closer and closer to time me to move, my nerve, my nerve been kind of all over the place. Um, to the point where I just kind of like, I'm just ready for it to be over with. Now, I said, movers, come get my stuff. Okay? Please get my stuff. Put it in your truck and let me roll. Child, just let me roll. Here, like a basketball. But let me tell you something. I feel like King Harris. Let me go. Just let me go. Yeah. But it is what it is. The time is coming around the mountain. It just is what it is. And before I know it, it'll be time to get the hell out. So shout out to that. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button and get comfortable. We're about to talk about it today. So anyway, like I said, there's a lot going on. Very little at the same time. Um, that girl, Brianna, she don't know what she want to do. Child, she don't know what she want to do. The next minute, she like said she ready. If you want it, if you want it, if you want it, right? You know. Then she want to study. Then she want to teach. then she want to get her Erica Mena on and, climb a fence or two. Child, it's too much. It's just too much. Now, mm, now she talking about she bipolar. I said, oh, Lord. I said, Lord, did Wet One Honey put you up to that? No. The truth is, baby, I'm telling you right now, this gonna be a safe space until, but I just gotta know. Okay? Who put the Harvard student up to, you know, God, man, listen, it is what it is. This stuff is crazy. I know a lot of people keep saying that Blueface stuff is scripted, and I do believe his stuff is scripted. I believe all streamers script their stuff. Yeah, now the truth is, I do believe that. And speaking of streamers, we're gonna have to talk about what's his name? The Shay. I'm gonna have to talk about the Shay soon too. But yes, no, I do believe his stuff is scripted. Yes, of course, I do. But I also believe that like, oh, ooh, hold on, y'all. I got full. Yeah. Ooh, I got that. Now what was I talking y'all? So I got full and distracted. Yeah, distracted and full. Anyway, because I need to pay attention. I need to focus. Uh, what was I telling y'all? Oh yeah. I definitely believe that streamers script script that content. It is what it is. But yeah. With that being said, though, okay. So remember when Blueface was okay. So remember when DDG first introduced the idea of streaming to Blueface. Blueface was like, yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna be for me because everything is live. You know what I'm saying? So he basically used like the metaphor, like me falling on my face live. Like that's not really. He was saying he really don't feel like that goes with his brand. Now, shout out to DDG, who, to me was a real one, by introducing Blueface to some money. It's equivalent to when people come home. Now let's talk about it. You want the truth, you gotta be able to handle it over here with me. So when people come home, usually, from an extended stay, or what time we gonna call it that. It is what it is when they come out. You see what I'm saying? You feel me? You feel me? People usually be having something for them. Money, they take them shopping, they offer them jobs, a place to stay, a car, shoot, and depending on the tax bracket, they might even have a chain or two. stuff like that. It just is what it is. Child, it is what it is. It's a coming home package. The fuck? And I imagine people be grateful as hell. Right? Shout out to that. But like, no, when people come home, people try to have something for them. So with that being said, I felt like, now I don't know what else he did, but I feel like that was DDG's. You see what I'm saying? Like his little care package, to DDG, which I thought was, to me, right? And I ain't talking about nobody else's opinion. My opinion, to me, it will always make DDG a real one. Okay, in my eyes, it just is what it is because real people do real things. So shout out to that, and that to me that was real. So he put Blueface on to streaming. You know what I'm saying? Put him on to an extra income, and not just no. You see what I'm saying? So shout out to that. But like, yeah, no, he was saying that like a lot of stuff is gonna be captured live, and he didn't really know if that was gonna be the best thing for his brand. Now, that being said, yeah. Okay. I definitely think that they be scripted stuff, but I think that like some stuff you just, and I'll take it a step further too. That's why that camera stuff to me, okay, to me, y'all make sure I hit the like button. To me, that's why that camera stuff is necessary. Too. It is. It's necessary. And then I'll take it a step further. I also think, right, that like when you're always filming and you're constantly filming, you like kind of let your guards down a little bit. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. Because like with that Deshae thing, you know, and every other thing. I think like I said, I think the cameras are necessary, period. Because they just document everything. So I do think that is a downfall. That is like one of the downside down what the one of the cons to streaming. I would say. Cause like, yeah, everything gets captured. Like I know, you know, which is good for documentation purposes. But it's not. I also think that like people get what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, it's so hard to explain. Like I think that um damn, yeah, hold on real quick anyway. Hold on. Yeah, I'm back. Now, dang, I cannot think of the word I'm thinking about right now. It's taking too long to come to my head. So let me just continue with what I'm trying to say. But basically, like, I feel like at first, right, you be like, is a camera watching me? You know? So you're mindful, if that makes sense. But I feel like after a while of being on camera, it's like now you just start to dang, I cannot think of the word. But like you just don't care as much. You know? Uh so it's kind of like you forget it's rolling, but you didn't forget it's rolling. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. You just really just start to live your life. Shoot, unscriptedly, right? When the camera's rolling. And I feel like that's what happened with with the whole Deshay issue. The whole Deshay thing. That's what I'm saying. I think when you are constantly always being filmed like that, you care about the camera rolling, but it's only so much, acting you can do, so to speak. Like your real self, your real thoughts, your real actions and stuff like that, it's gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. It's going to come out. And if you're filming, right, then of course the camera is gonna catch it. You know, child, it just is what it is. So like, yeah, I do think that the streamers, uh, you know, try their best to control their narrative and be having, stuff scripted and stuff like that. But for the most part, man, them cameras be rolling, and they definitely be catching stuff, to me, in my most honest opinion, that that doesn't always catch people in the best light. For instance, like Jada Waiter fighting at the club. Child, like that camera view, that shot of Jada Waiter, that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like literally a crazy ass moment. Jada Waiter looked like she was on Next Top Model. Yeah, for real. Like, you know, she did. Child, that damn picture of Jada White being caught up in the glove, scrapping somebody putting on the head, like whatever it was, child. It looked like America's Next Top Model photo, child. It really did. Jada looked like she was camera ready. Pig. But still though, I said all that to say it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? These cameras be catching everything, uh good or bad. Good or bad. So it's crazy. Now, I don't know. Blueface got a lot going on. He do. He got a lot going on. And I'll take it a step further. The people in Hollywood are really, 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 really good at like covering stuff up, sweeping stuff under the rug, all of the above. So I don't know. The young lady, I don't know. Y'all hold on real quick though. Hold on. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. But the girl making a video, the Harvard student, uh, making a video and saying she what she say? Like, oh yeah, that's what she said. She said basically that she said she was having an episode, you know, which I didn't see the Twitch, again, because I'm not on Blueface's stream, so I don't know what be really going on over there. I just see a whole lot of clips and stuff, and then y'all be sending me stuff and telling me, what I'm saying, basically what's going on, keeping me up to date because I'm not on that platform. But she basically was saying that she was having a manic episode, and people were saying, "Oh, we knew," they were saying that they knew. I could tell she was going through something too, clearly, but not, not being no doctor or nothing like that. I didn't know what was going on. She just looked like a crazed fan, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That didn't really have it all together. Um, but like I said, hopefully Blueface didn't learn his lesson from all these stragglers, you know. It just is what it is. Like you can't have every I know. A child, it is what it is. He just, I don't know, he's so like trusting, a little too trusting for me, child. He gonna have to figure something else out. Now, as far as her sister goes, who knows where all of that is going? Let me tell y'all that right now. Uh, if I had to guess, I would guess that things are probably going on behind the scenes. Now, let me say this too, though. Hopefully, like I said yesterday, hopefully Blueface didn't do nothing that could get him locked up. It just is what it is. And so, you know, and I'll take it a step further. Hopefully, goddamn me, lessons is learned. It is what it is. It's time to sit down now. Like I don't know, shy it's a lot, but I feel like just like a lot of people in the comments, that that fast lane. Let me tell you something. Fast uh lane lifestyle, can really get guys caught up. It just is what it is. It can really get you caught up. And now I see why stuff be going on, in these type of atmospheres because it makes a lot of sense, if that makes sense, right? So, example. You got your blue faces, your Deshays, your DDGs, your who else? The Ben, the Duns. You know what I'm saying? The popular streamers or whatnot, right? For real. For real. True story. And this is probably another reason why Castanai fell back a little bit. And I don't know if this is to be 100% true, but I could see it being. So you got your popular streamers, right? Now the popular streamers, right? they could be trying to mess with popular girls. You know, you feel me? It is what it is. The popular streamers could be on to popular women. I don't know. It's kind of hard to like name some right now, but y'all know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So like, what's a woman that I consider a popular woman? Alexis Sky. Okay, Alexis Sky is popular. She has a little popularity. Um, and so you would think people like the Shade M, right? They would be into the popular girls. They're popular dudes. You would think they're into the popular girls. And this is the thing. They do be into the popular girls. But to me, not as much or as quick as they can, like the regular degular girls, if that makes sense. So for instance, if Blueface say he having a party right now, it's gonna be full of regular degular women. You know what I'm saying? Charlie probably won't even be no baddies there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know if Rolly, I'm just saying, I'm being as 100% with y'all as I can. You know what I'm saying? And trying to break this thing down, period. So somebody will learn something. So shout out to that. But I said all that to say that it's a trashy cycle, that I feel like women and men eventually they gonna have to. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. I just feel like eventually women and men are going to have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? In one way or another. But I will say that people put themselves in messy situations to be around these popular people. Yeah, let's talk about it. And it's crazy. It is. It's crazy. And I'll take it a step further. A lot of these dudes, right, are like using these beautiful women that just want to be, that's just trying to change their tax brackets. It is what it is. A lot of these women go around these dudes just trying to change their tax brackets. Maybe I'm going to be the next girl to get, my life changed. You understand? And so, one, it ain't that many that be like experiencing life changing, you know, like for instance, Blueface been out how long? Blueface been out for a while now. He's been he's been rapping for a minute. So, you know, um, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? And how many women has he made popular? 3. Now that's a lot. I gotta give it to him, gotta keep it real. That's a lot. Because when you look at a lot of men, none, you know what I'm saying? None whatsoever. I mean, the big goose egg. So, shout out to Blueface and shout out to them girls. It is what it is. But he's only really made 3 women. I mean, like, I know I got caught up on my words, but and really too, because if we count Nevaeh really not even there yet. But you can kind of say, what I'm saying, she on her way. But no, he changed Krishan's life. It'll never be the same no more. He changed Jaden's life. It just is what it is. He was able to put them in a different type of tax bracket. It is what it is. And I know some of y'all know money. Shout out to that. So again, it might not be the highest of the high tax brackets, but it's a little better than them ordinary people that John was talking about and singing about or whatnot. Yes, I mean, it just is what it is. Uh, uh, uh. Is. I mean, it just is what it is. Uh, uh, uh. 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 you know. But at the end of the day, ladies, and I will say men too, because you know, uh, I'm smart enough to know that women aren't the only ones that put themselves in a bad groupie type situation. It just is what it is. But like, you know, ladies, y'all just have to really, really be smart. Okay, it is what it is. Be smart when you go into these parties and stuff like that. It just is what it is. Because what I'm starting to realize is, well, it's not starting to. I've been and realized it, but like I said, these popular guys, right? Popular guys are gonna keep regular, degular women around always, always. And to me, it's because I think they feel like you're easy. You're easy, or this is gonna be easy, or whatever, whatever, whatever. So my advice to the ladies is make it harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, period. And I ain't talking about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally talking about uh, just to date you. It is what it is. Um Now if you there for a good time, you just, hey, it is what it is. I got nothing. But like some of these women, the ones with substance and stuff like that, which, you know, it's probably not that many that be at these parties, but I'm sure they go. I'm sure, because not all friends are the same, right? So it is what it is. But like, man, I don't know. Long story short, ladies, y'all just gotta, you know, keep yourself safe. Keep yourself safe first and foremost. And make smart decisions. It just is what it is. Cause that's a lot. The situation with Blueface, the girl from Harvard, the girl's sister from Harvard, is a lot. And I will say this too before I get off of this topic, because I'm about to get on up off of it right now. Blueface, he went to stream with Stunner Girl, right? Which people couldn't quit talking about how smitten the Stunner Girl be having Blueface, and she does. You know what I'm saying? I that's something else. Um, and people say they like them together. Yeah, I, I don't know. I think they look good together, but I just don't really know. Yeah, no, truth is, I don't know, because it just seems like it will be a lot of tug of war. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of tug of war in that relationship. Because in my opinion, neither one of them ain't going. Neither one of them is going. Both of them have some really, really, really high guards up, and they just not going for that. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of them. Neither one of them. So anyway, it just looks like a fun time, and sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it really, really be like that. Like for instance, you got people who be side pieces for years and years and years and years and years. Crazy, but it's the truth, you know. And honestly, I think they are probably like Blueface and Stunner. You know what I'm saying? If I had to guess, like cool, okay, chemistry, but like just like it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's just not going to work. To me, both of them think too highly of themselves for that to even go right. But I will say this though, it got the people talking, and it got the attention off of the crazy girl, at the door and making allegations about Blueface and her sister. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like, so yeah. In my hearts of all hearts, Stunner Girl just, you know what I'm saying? Child, she just came out. Stunner Girl came out to save the day. Okay, in my honest, most humble opinion. Period. That's all she did. And I take it one more step further too. Before I get out on that topic. Uh, uh, another thing, I definitely think they like each other and stuff like that. But you know what else? Uh, you know what else? Uh, Blueface has found his this is just my opinion. It's not a fact. It's not. I'm not saying that like it's actual and factual, but I definitely believe it. So shout out to that. Yeah, no, truth is, when it comes to Blueface and Stunner Girl, I feel like Blueface has found his India love. Yeah, if that makes sense, So in other words, India Love and DDG was not gonna be in a relationship. Um, they had me fooled. And when I say they, I mean DDG. To me, DDG had me fooled because I personally think that India Love possibly would have been in a relationship with DDG, but I don't think DDG wants that. But he had me fooled for a second because I thought he kind of did. But again, scripted. I feel like it's scripted streaming. And that was one of the situations that I feel like I got caught up in that wasn't real like that. And so, yeah, when it comes to Blueface and Stun Girl, I definitely feel like, yeah, that's his India love. Them people ain't gonna never really be together. Not in real life, but you know, they do numbers when they with each other. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, shout out to them. Uh, and shout out to Stunner Girl. They can say what they want. They can say what they want to say about Stunner Girl, but like, one thing that I do like about Stunner Girl to me is about her money. It don't matter. Period. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? She not one of them. She is about her money first. All that other BS second. You know. I like that about Stunner Girl. But yeah, child. When it comes to Blueface and her, them people ain't gonna never be together like that. You understand? Like they just you know, I don't even I can't even explain because somebody was saying they don't even think they like each other like that. And I don't. You know, I don't think they like each other like that. I think they like each other, but not like that. Does that make sense? So just like I was saying, um, just like I was saying, you know how some people can mess around for years and 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 years. Child, they do that sometimes. But they never end up being together. That's why, you know, I feel like they just don't like each other like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, now truth is, I don't care what, and I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is how I feel about it. In my hearts of our hearts, I be feeling like if people can mess with you for years and 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 years, I feel like I think they like you. You know, clearly. But I also think that it's something about your ass that they don't like. Mm. Yeah, no, truth is. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, it be that small little something that, you know, a person might not like about another person that keeps them from uh really being with them. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. But anyway, child, enough of that. Oh, but let me say this before I get out of here, cause child, Nevaeh, they was on the Nevaeh head. Mm. They was on Nevaeh head, but I can honestly say Nevaeh kind of deserve it a little bit. You know, when it comes to Nevaeh, I like Nevaeh. I do. I like some things about Nevaeh. Especially her mouth. Yo, she go, fuck ya. That's what she be telling Blueface. That's how she be saying it too. Ooh. She probably got that from the one from Friday. You think you slick. That's what she sound like. Yeah, nah, but I like when she go to cussing them out though, period. Cause when she go to cussing them out, she'll cuss them out. Period. You know what I'm saying? So this, you know, it's hard to explain, but anyway. So I do like that about Nevaeh. You know what I'm saying? It shows me that, you know, it shows me that there's a bone in it back. You see? Y'all hold on right quick though. Hit the like button. Now, one thing that I could say that's not, very appealing to me about Nevaeh is I don't like that. To me, she's not humble enough. You know, if that makes sense. You know, she and it's crazy because to me she should be. You know, um, considering what I'm saying, like where she come from and stuff like that. Because when I say humble, like I mean like she acts like Nunu or something. You know, yeah, Nunu from ATL. You know what I'm saying? That's how she acts. She acts like uh somebody who you know might not somebody who might be a little green and not up on game like that because they were privileged. You know what I'm saying? So almost like, but why would he treat me like that? You know what I'm saying? I'm not nothing like what he's used to. You know, I'm better than what he's used to. I look better, and I am. Everything about me is better than what he used to, or something like that. I can see that coming from somebody. Basically, that's how Nevaeh be acting. But she don't have no privileged type of background. So to me, she not green. You know, to me, it's more like being messy. See, like Jaden don't necessarily pop it. She don't. She be like, if that's what he want, if he like it, I love it. You know, but Jaden don't be on no. Mine's gonna be taken care of regardless. Like I can't explain it, but Jada don't pop it. She don't really pop it. Every now and then she will, but I like the fact that she don't be on some aha. My kids being taken care of. I don't know about nobody else's. Like, and I feel like when it comes to Blueface, Nevaeh just keeps not needs to, but she can. She could be a lot more humble because I take it a step further. I just don't like the way to me, okay? Now, I will say this. I definitely think that there probably is a little past drama and all of that. Okay, it is what it is. I can't tell you how to, defend yourself. But to me, Nevaeh is extremely messy when it comes to Krishan and her baby. She comes off like she thinks Krishan's situation is funny. And it's like, girl, humble yourself. Humble yourself. Because if he treat Krishan like that, like, girl, you're just a conversation away from being next. You're just an action away from being next. You know what I'm saying? Type ish. And she seems like she don't get that. You know what I'm saying? She seems like she don't understand it. She has this attitude like it could never be me. And that is what gets me. Yeah, no. Truth is, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. Because it could easily be you. Boo boo. Hit the like button. Like, are you what? You know what I'm saying? Are you okay? But at the end of the day, though, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, she the rabbit. She got the stick. You know what I'm saying? And she think it's at this point she think it's fun. It is what it is. Uh, but I just would like to see her like a little bit more humble. And I take it a step further. I will rather her do it than Blueface. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna do that every single time. It's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. He's gonna do that every single time. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. He's gonna do that every single time. You know, it's what it is. I definitely think she's learning. I think she's learning, but it's at a really, 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 really slow pace. And I take it a step further, like it's just the picking with Krishan for me. It is what it is. Like mind your business for real. That's how I feel about it. Mind your business to the business that pays you. If you don't got nothing good to add to the situation, then don't add nothing negative. You know what I'm saying? Because it could easily be you, Miss Press Curl. It could. Like I said, out of all the stuff that Krishan did for Blueface, and that stuff is the way it is. Like, come on now, that should be like, hello, that's a sign, baby. That it could easily be you. And I take it a step further. The same woman that probably rocked him to sleep and provided for him for years, his own mother, I do her. Girl, please. I need you to be a little bit way more. You understand? Like it just is what it is. But anyway, I like Nevaeh. But if it ain't Blueface humbling her, it's definitely gonna be the internet each and every time. I say each and every time. So anyway, they was calling her the birthday clown. Yesterday. I said, oh. That was a lot, y'all. But anyway, let's continue, y'all. Because I talked about Blueface longer than I wanted to. But shout out to that. Because like I said, it ain't that much going on these internet streets. Now, before I talk about Cardi B real quick, Ben 10. Is that his name, Ben 10? I think that's his name. I like that. I like that. Anyway, by the way, I like that little nickname. Shout out to that. Because most Bens is going to be Big Ben, Little Ben, Benny. Ben. That's about it. That's about it. So anyway, shout out to him for putting another twist on it. But like, yeah, I don't know, y'all. You want the truth, y'all know y'all got to be up and hand it over with me. That's a lot. It just is what it is. That's a lot. And I take it a step further, like, some people, I just would be very leery about doing business with, if that makes sense. You know? And so, like, with that being said, you got a lot of these. Okay, 1017. Don't nobody really want to do business with 1017. People are leery to do business with 1017. Rock Nation. Some people probably don't want to do business with Rock Nation or 1017. Allegedly, people are leery about doing business with them people. Now, 1017 a little bit more than Rock Nation because again, you got some people that will throw themselves at these people's feet. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But who else? Who else? It's just a lot of labels. I ain't even gotta, name them all. I ain't gotta do nobody like that. But I'm just saying, and it's not just that. It's just like a lot of other companies too. Like it is what it is. A company get a bad rep, and people don't want to fool with you like that. Yeah. So I don't know what they got. I don't know what they got going on over there with with the. But like. In a minute, it's gonna be time for Junior to find him something else to do. Find him something else to do. Now I will say this though. See, that's one thing that I realized about business. Yeah, let's talk about it. Ever since this stuff been going on with Gucci and Pooh Shiesty and them, and we've been talking about business a little more. Now y'all know we talk business spirit on this channel. It just is what it is. So shout out to that. Because we encourage that you be about it. Amen. So anyway, um, dang, what was I trying to tell y'all? It's just, it's crazy. It's a lot. But I just feel like anytime you able to dangle something, you'll be in business. Okay, it just is what it is. Anytime you able to dangle something shiny, like, you know, I feel like people have been being tricked by something shiny for years to date, and it ain't going nowhere. So that's just how I feel about it. It is what it is, child. You could have a press conference about somebody doing you wrong, right? You could hold a whole press conference, have thousands and thousands of people there listening, okay? And then an hour later, the same person that you had a held a press conference on can come stand at the same spot that you just had a held a press conference on and do a damn job fair. You see, and some of the people, not all, but some of the people that was just at your press conference will be right there trying to get a job from the same person that you just held a press conference on and was telling people don't fool with them because they saw it's a horrible company. You see, I mean, it just is what it is. Like that is a never ending trash ass cycle. It just is what it is. So yeah, you can literally scream to the mountaintops about how somebody doing you wrong, and then like an hour, 2 hours a day, 2 days, a month, 2 months, literally somebody will come take your spot. Literally, some people will come take your spot. I'll take it a step further. I'm starting to realize that that's how like a lot of businesses go too. Yeah, let's talk about it. So like let's say somebody got a job, right? They've been there for 10 years, you know, before they got upset and was like, okay, I just can't deal with the way I'm being treated any longer. The job would be like, okay, that's fine. They'll find somebody that be on year one and they'll treat them all the same way, and so they get to do the same behavior for 20 years. As long as the next person comes along and do it for 10 and he quit and then he come and you see what I'm saying? It's a never ending cycle. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you get upset. It doesn't matter that you leave because it's always somebody new coming. I'm starting to realize that that's how a lot of stuff go. So anyway, y'all hold on real quick. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So I'm back. But so anyway, I the being situation, I really don't know. I don't know much about it. Don't even have that much to say. I don't. One thing I can say though is he in trouble. Like, you know, prayers for him. But like, is he in trouble, some type of trouble? Because he probably, you know what I'm saying? Everybody keep talking about, I see you and I see you, I ain't see you, I ain't see you. But I'm like, okay, he probably be handcuffed. If he handcuffed, then ain't nobody finna know what's going on with him. They not. Talking about he texting and all of that. No, it probably ain't. Probably not. So I don't know. But I know that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day that we can get into. Yeah, at a later date, because it is what it is. I'm gonna have to do my homework and my research on all of that because it's thorough. It's crazy. Because a lot of people is like, what? Why is he even with Junior? It don't make a lot of sense. But if you ask me, a lot of stuff regarding Junior don't make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Just is what it is, and I guess that's how he chooses to live his life. Shit, confusing the heck out of everybody in his business. It just is what it is. But so you got that going on. And then what else is going on? Offset. Oh my God. Offset. They didn't put a oh, hold on. First of all, Cardi B is Cardi B was speaking out about tour just recently. And I said, oh, go on, Cardi. You know what I'm saying? She said she was feeling a little emotional, because tour is almost ending. She said, and she just feels like, what is she gonna do with herself now? So in other words, tour, it seems like it's been a really great experience for Cardi B, for real. And she was saying that she's inspired. She was saying she's inspired to keep going. She's inspired to make new music. And oh, and she also says she inspired to stay on everybody's ass. Yeah. Period. Ugh. Ugh. I just gotta tell y'all right now. It just is what it is. She said she really ain't gonna be taking no nothing from nobody. So it's best to keep my name out your mouth. Yeah, period. Like who's that? Pope, like Big Pope said. Yeah. He said, you know my name, Sensei. I'm uncut. I'm off the keep my name out your mouth. I know that's right. Ah! Shout out to that. Shout out to Big Pope. And all of the H-Town legends. Quite a bit. It's quite a bit. So shout out to them. Shout out to them. But like, no. Cardi B said, yeah, no, this ain't that. She said, and two, it also seemed like she was saying she it seemed like she said she not well, she was saying, I'm not messing with nobody. You know what I'm saying? She was saying that too. So I don't really know what that meant for real. But what I took from that is, for real, what I took from that is she was trying to say, like, I'm single. I'm single. Like, that was the vibe that I got. You know, I could have been wrong though, but that was the vibe that I got. Uh, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what Cardi B does with that relationship. Honestly, I think in my heart of our hearts, I think she really just wants to be friends with Stefan. You know, maybe even more like friends with benefits. Maybe even more like what they should have did. Yeah, no, truth is, I think they just way too quick to claim each other. It is what it is. You know, they was acting like they hit the lottery or something, dog. They couldn't wait to claim it. To claim it, claim it, claim it. Um, but again, if you ask me, Cardi probably and possibly fell for the okey doke. You know, oh boy, I don't think he necessarily wanted you like that. I think he wanted people to know that he got you like that. You know, that just is what it is. And so I gotta pretend like I want to claim you, or I gotta claim you for a while. But it is what it is. Um, Again, maybe they're just two great compatible people that just like are too much, what I'm saying, for each other. It be like that sometimes. Who was I saying that about? Stunner Girl and Blueface. I think that um in relationships, people need certain things. And I feel like Stunner Girl isn't willing to give Blueface what he needs, and Blueface isn't willing to give Stunner Girl what she needs. So it'll never work. They'll just be two people that just have fun every so often with each other, you know? And talk about what being together will be like. You know what I'm saying? Like Trey did. Remember how Trey used to lay on the couch and rub his feet together and stuff like that, talking to Neil. Was it? Was that Neil? I don't even know. But remember when Trey like that. You know what I'm saying? Had a conversation when you rub your feet together, real good conversation. Oh, you're making me laugh. Oh, stop. I wish you was here. You know. But it just never goes nowhere. It's like a conversation about a Sims family or something. It's all make believe, keep it interesting or whatnot, whatnot. But Cheyenne, I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do though. It's either one or two things though. Duh. Like either she gonna be with Stefan. Here's my prediction. Here's my predictions. Y'all jump in my comments and let me know what y'all think if y'all agree. I predict that and y'all make sure y'all hit the like button too. Period. And also shout out to that. And share my live. Yeah. But anyway, so this is what I predict. I predict that if Cardi B for real. Because like I said, it's only one or two things. Either she's staying or she not. Thing is press a girl. So, like, let's say she stays. If she stays with Stefan, I predict that it won't be on this power couple vibes. It'll just be on this private mind your business vibe. Okay, because she already told us like that's what she on. She already told us that's what she on. If and when she move forward. Uh Now, so that's my prediction. If she stay, it's gonna be a private relationship that nobody is gonna be like have a lot of privy information to. Which is what it is. If she goes, then it is what it is. She go. Um, and I think they just remain friends or whatnot, whatnot. I don't know. I don't know. If I had to guess though, I really think she wants to go. I do. I think she wants to go. I think the situation is so messy. Okay. I think time, very little, but a little bit, time has passed, and I feel like now she's getting to the point where she possibly feels like, um, this is messy. Like this situation ain't too much better than the one I just got out of, you know. So, you know, so a part of me, I feel like that's, it is what it is. I think she just rather like get out while she ahead, get out while she can, and just be friends with Stefan especially if they still have a cool relationship, cool friendship, or whatever, however you want to put it. But it's gonna be interesting to see what they do. Anyway, though, Offset, child, they said the feds, the alphabet folks, child, they said that they looking into that little TJ them stuff. So I don't know, little TJ. Yeah, I don't know, little buddy. But all I can say is, you know. Now I will say this: I don't think Offset is cooperating like that. I don't. I think it's a lot going on with Atlanta. It is what it is. I think it's a lot going on with Atlanta. I think the whole snitching thing and Atlanta taking so much heat for not being too real right now. The streets say Atlanta iffy. And I just think that is gonna work in whoever did that to Offset's favor, because I just feel like, well, one, I'll take a step further. I just feel like Offset ain't the type of person that was gonna go cooperate anyway. But I think with all this heat going on with Atlanta, that definitely ain't finna happen. You know. So then I just feel like they're gonna really, 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 really have to get their investigation on. In other words, the people at the Hard Rock, right, and the police, they have to want the person that bad. It just is what it is. They have to want that person bad enough to find out who he is and all of that. Because I'll take it a step further. You know, I don't feel like, I could be wrong though. I absolutely could be wrong. But I just feel like I feel like nobody in that situation was from Florida for real. I feel like it happened in Florida, but I don't think nobody there was from Florida. The people that was involved. So, that's that. But I will say this though. If the feds is involved, uh, they might want to get they, ducks in a row. It just is what it is. Have your bond, man. Have your bond money. Okay. Period. On standby. It just is what it is, because, it is what it is. They just might be, on to you. On to you. For real. It is what it is. They just might, have a clue, or whatnot. Because they're already putting out video evidence. But the videos, again, like I said, if you from New York or you from New Jersey and you did something wild in Florida, like, that video might not be enough. But this is what I will say though. That video might have somebody else in trouble too, though. Truth is, because like, I'm not even a detective, and my common sense tells me that, like, if you do your research on TJ, you'll find these dudes. It just is what it is. Eventually, you'll find these dudes. You got pictures? You got the pictures, right? Just it ain't it's a rabbit hole. Ain't no telling how long it might take. It might not take long at all. It just depends. But, like, come on, man. People usually roll with their partners. People, So, like, come on now. If somebody is out and about and they do something with their partners, like, it ain't that hard to find out who the partners are, if that makes sense. So, ja, again, like, I had your bond money. It is what it is. But, like, yeah, child, word on the curb is the F to the damn B to the damn I. okay, is allegedly on that stuff, that happened with Offset, child. And I ain't surprised. Ain't no telling what was going on. It is what it is. Ain't no telling. They said the people said take the one and leave the what? Like ain't no like child, just so much going through my head. Like it's so much going through my head. Like, boy, it's crazy. Like, what if I said owe somebody? And what if he was in the like it's a lie, y'all. It is what it is. I just feel like, I feel like, listen, I feel like it's money involved, okay? Period. And probably large lump sums. So TJ up there playing and spraying, allegedly, behind his 10 bands. But he just should have just, you know, let itself just live, to go on and fight another day, like the daddy said on Friday, because I don't know. If I had to guess, it's giving like that's not funny. But now for real, it's giving like somebody is pissed, okay, that Outset got popped. And they more mad than he is. You see? Like that's what it's giving. And it could even be the people at the hotel. Like, don't ever, 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 ever play with my business like that again. Ever. Because again, if it ain't about the money, period, So, child, word on the curb, them people that did whatever they did to Offset, it's being investigated. They are under investigation. But again, I don't think Offset is going to cooperate. But again, I don't know if he has to. He could be talking about, I don't know all day long. That's it. That's it. That's it. Like for this it. But somebody else, it's gonna take somebody else to say yeah, or them cameras. One of the two. Child, it just is what it is. Sometimes they don't always need no cooperation. Okay. Okay, Gucci. No, I'm just saying. Yeah, no, I'm just saying because I ain't got it. But anyway, y'all, it's your girl Shay Renee. I came, I saw, I conquered, and I had a funky good time. I almost don't want to leave, child. I don't want to leave, but I gotta go right now. And before I get up out of here, shout out to Remy Ma, who, man. She said, you want to be a baddie, but you're not bad enough. Remy Ma ate that beat up. Ooh, she ate that beat up. I love when she say, I'm a motherfucking expert. I said, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come and talk to me, child. I said, come talk that MNF talk, Remy. I loved it. Man, I loved it. Got my juices going. Got my juices flowing. And I take it a step further. I wonder how these women in rap be like, man. It is what it is. To me, like, when you hear somebody else do their thing, now I will say this. I will say this because I gotta say this. So shout out to that. I think that women who rap, right? They probably they gonna be different from us, right? They probably be like, I give it a 7. I'm tens. I'm tens across the board. It is what it is. Y'all listening to that shit? She went hard. So shout out to that. But I feel like women, the women who rap, you know what I'm saying? They probably like, I would have did. She could have did. It is what it is. Like a rapper is gonna. I feel like they're gonna critique it harder, if that makes sense. But I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? To me, as a rapper, you can't hear stuff like that and not get inspired. Man, because Remy, man, she put it on the flow. Like Lotto said. She did that. She did that. I said, welcome back, welcome back, girl. I got emotional. So shout out to that. I said, oh, I was here for it. I was here for it. Okay. So anyway, let me get up at if I don't leave. And one more thing I want to say before I go. Shout out to Sexy Red and happy birthday to Sexy Red. I believe her birthday is today, but don't quote. But I did see a post where somebody said today is Sexy Red birthday. So shout out to her and shout out to the rap girl, who has been consistent, fun, funny. Child didn't woe me out. It just is what it is. Yeah, she definitely you know changed my thought process when it comes to her. And it just is what it is. Shout out to Sexy Red who continues to like make bangers too. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Shot right on past that 15 minutes. Mm, mm. But like, when she was running with Drake, I think that's when we should have known. I feel like that's when we should have knew. Like, I can't explain it, but like running with Drake was definitely a sign. Okay, it was a sign. I didn't know it at the time, but it was. And to me, that sign was telling us, like, hey, this girl is going to be around. This ain't that. Okay, so anyway, shout out to her and shout out to that. And happy birthday again, like I said, to the rap girl. And then anyway, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, replay gang, y'all get in the building, and I will see y'all on my next video. Bye, y'all.